video games?
Yeah,
I was looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense. It's a bunch of fat white liberal women. White liberal women have no interest in masculine male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write one if they tried. This is why Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men.
I have a good counterpoint to this, is that Shadowbringers was written by a woman. So I actually don't think that it's entirely because of, it's not entirely because of women. I think it's like a cultural thing. Yeah, From Software as well. Yeah, it's an exception. It is an exception, I think so. And it makes sense, right? That men would be able to write better stories for other men. Yeah, big, wow. What? Who could have thought?
And created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2, a game with a manly, well-written main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Gears of War.
Consider how many masculine military games came out in the 2000s.
Absolutely.
Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six.
This is what it was all about, bro. Like, we had, like, I feel like a lot of y'all probably played at least 2 or 3 of these, right? Yeah, it's an amazing experience, absolutely.
Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. All of these games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice, honor.
So the reason why Tyrion Forgering left the Silver Hand and was in exile is because whenever he was in captivity, he made a pact with an orc named Etrig. And whenever Etrig was captured during the burning of Stratfall, Tyrion helped him escape, and they escaped together. Because his bond and his loyalty to a man who had helped him escape and be, be free, I guess, was more important than any sort of organization at all. The honor of it was more important than the organization, and Tyrion chose that over it. Brothers in Arms? Yeah, exactly. So it's propaganda for war? Yeah. Yeah, that's the way Blizzard used to be.
Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into multiplayer games, or went woke. I often wonder why so few modern games appeal to me, and I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now. Compare the games I just mentioned to the modern trash we have to deal with in Overwatch and Apex. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else.
I think this is an issue, but it's not probably as big of an issue. What is an issue is the fact that they try to like ride off of it. Like, for example, like with Concord or like with Overwatch. I think that's the issue, is that in a lot of times they had characters that were gay or they had some sort of other type of orientation, but they didn't use those characters as a mascot to virtue signal that they care about these types of issues. I think the problem that people really have is actually not with any character's orientation. I don't think anybody really cares about this character because he's gonna be talking about this, and I guarantee you're not gonna be seeing a slide of Dion from Final Fantasy 16. You're not gonna see that. No, you know why? It's because the character wasn't created in a cynical, performative way. And also, like, this is another big issue, and I think you can see this with Suicide Squad, is that they completely caricature people that are LGBT. It's not like this character is LGBT and this is like an after the fact. Like Soldier 76 I thought was good. It's like, yeah, by the way, he's gay. Okay, yeah, fine. Doesn't really have anything to do with it, but yeah, sure. But like, the issue is that they try to use these characters as mascots to promote their own virtue. And I think that a lot of people can perceive that. I know that I perceive that. And I find it to be incredibly obnoxious. So obnoxious. I didn't even know that. Yeah, because nobody cares. Nobody actually cares.
Like, what happened to a masculine dude with a hot chick on his arm? I love the idea of Xbox Game Pass, but I swear every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so many games that look gay now. I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore.
Oh god.
I'm just done with these games.
Bro, this guy is fucking good. Oh to me, it's like, I do think that there's probably there is not enough games that are like Doom that are out there. Like games that are just like by guys, for guys, about blowing shit up and like killing things. That's absolutely true. And it's like, you can have the cozy games too. Those are nice, they're fine. But where's Doom and, you know, like Duke Nukem, Helldivers, right? Like, Helldivers was the closest thing we got to that. And look at how much that popped off. People loved it.
If you want my 100% real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay, and almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20...
The best part about this is he clearly cut the audio, because he was clearly going on a rant about this, and it's like, okay, cut, let's just keep going. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily about it being gay. I think it's about the performative nature of it. Because if you go back, you'll probably see a lot of instances where like diversity or, you know, a strong female character, like Cortana is a great example. Like Cortana, nobody ever thought about Cortana as like, oh yeah, we have to have a woman in like the story for Halo. People just liked Cortana because she was part of the story. So the Tomb Raider, stuff like that, right? And so it's the issue that, and I think this is a big problem with Western developers, because you can see this, like Eastern developers never have this criticism. It's always Western developers. And I think that also, like, the reason why it happens is because people perceive the way that they behave as inauthentic. And I'll give you an example of a difference in like a Western development game. Baldur's Gate 3. You can change, you can have a dick, you cannot have a dick. You can have whatever you want and look however you want. You can have sex with any character and nobody ever cares about it because the game is seen as an authentic work of art. Whereas when you look at the Assassin's Creed game, it does not seem like it's authentic. It seems like it's performative. It seems like it's made with the intention of like, look at us. We are this like, you know, forward-thinking group of people. That's what the issue is, right? And you pick the experience. Yeah, you pick the experience. Like Cyberpunk too. Yeah, Cyberpunk, and it totally makes sense. You're arguing semantics. It's 100% right. Well, what I'm saying, I'm not. It's not semantics, because I don't think that people have a problem with the actual characters. I think they have a problem with the way these studios portray the characters, because they do it in a caricatured way that's disrespectful and it's self-aggrandizing. That's the reason why people don't like it. Nobody said Sergeant Johnson in Halo was DEI, okay? Nobody fucking said that. And by the way, this isn't current cultural brain rot. If you go look at the Space Marine 2 trailer, you see a black guy, an Asian guy, and a white guy. They're all Space Marines. And they're like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna kill him? Yeah, let's kill him. If you read the comments down below, there's nobody saying, oh yeah, great, we're DEI. Nobody actually thinks this. It's about the way that it's presented. That's the problem. The problem is they're stereotyping. Yeah, like adding in Mrs. Freeze, and she just looks like your traditional, like, butch lesbian. How disrespectful. It's just, it's insane to me. It's awful.
In any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were just better. I was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the disastrous Saints Row.
How am I still medium low? Damn.
This source said that the LGBTQ community...
It's like,
That's a great shield.
Nobody wants to look like this in real life, hardly ever. This dude, you know who this dude goes? He goes, and you know what game he plays? Doom. He's gonna go and play fucking Halo. Nobody wants to look like this. Like with the bow tie and everything, like Bill Nye the Science Guy. This is not like, a guy's not gonna see this and be like, oh, that's me. Absolutely not. Now, are there some people that do? Yeah, for sure. But not really. Get the shit out of here. Yeah, bro. Like it's like a... It's like, it feels like it's so safe, right?
Within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles. And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022.
Yeah.
I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job, but they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think. And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions.
I think this is changing a lot on social media. So like for a while this was true, and I think that like when Elon bought social media, the ability to create a narrative like this definitely went away. Or it didn't necessarily go away, but it was like dramatically nerfed. Because what would exactly. What ended up happening is that being accused of being the wrong thing, like, oh, you're sexist, oh, you just hate, you know, whatever, like the effectiveness of that has gone down because there have been so many false accusations for this, or like just basically like if you're one of them, you're all of them. Exactly. That's what it is. It's still bad at work though, and I think that this definitely probably is true, is that people don't want to, like, nobody wants to be the guy that's pushing against having a character in a game that's like gay or like LGBT, or like changing a character to female or something like that. Nobody wants to be the person that's against that because that's probably going to make them look bad. Absolutely. That's thin ice, yeah, of course. And like, you just think about it logically. You think about how many eggshells people need to step on, need to avoid stepping on, or whatever it is, whenever they're talking about like any sort of like social issue at all. That's an HR complaint? Yeah, exactly, right? So like, at work, it's probably 1,000 times worse.
God damn it, man!
About what kind of game.
How does this happen to me?
It just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, oh, we can't hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play. After reading a lot of insider interviews of these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening. I also feel like there's this kind of unholy alliance right now between games journalists, white liberal women at game studios, and the LGBTQ community at game studios. And they
God. I do think that there definitely is like a certain sense of like what's the word is for it? Like shared goals that the games journalists sometimes feel like they're running PR for game studios. And I think this is a huge issue, and it's one of the reasons why people don't trust games journalists anymore.
All seem to be united around
this guy gives 0 fucks. Yeah, he does. Bro, he just says it.
They actually hate gamers.
By the way, I think for a lot of us,
I thought this would work, man.
I'm a believer of this. I think that game developers do have genuine resentment for the average run-of-the-mill.
How long does this?
It actually is true. It's obvious. Yep. In the West, yeah, I think so.
And who are gamers? Overwhelmingly? Well, heterosexual dudes like us, of course.
Yes. This, you know what this is right here? This is a Call of Duty squad. Meeting up for the first time, probably. That's what it is, right there.
This recent Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this. It reads, headline.
Am I allowed to say this? I kind of hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was an extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that wasn't a cis-het white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI.
And the problem is that he's kind of right, but he doesn't understand why it's like this. He views it as in like the people that are responding this way they're wrong, but you never think to yourself, why are they wrong? Why do they think this? Because like that's the real truth, is that you don't really hear opinions like this. Like this guy is obviously, bro, this guy doesn't give a fuck. But like you're not going to hear a lot of other people, and this is the reason why I get a lot of hate, is because I'll watch a video like this, I'll see what it says, right? For sure. But other people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to challenge this kind of stuff because they don't want to get in trouble. It's a lot now. People are suspicious now, absolutely. But if you look at the actual opinions of people in comment sections and the amount of people that are able to have free conversations about this, it's very obvious that this is an extremely prevalent opinion. My customers are wrong. What a moron. I know. And that's the thing, is that these people try to... You will never have a successful product if it exists in opposition to your audience. Do we actually know this post was written by a game designer? No.
I also want tracking arrows.
This is probably it's probably some 15-year-old. But I think it's pretty obvious that people think this way. Because gamers are just immature edgelords. Well, then stop making games. Stop trying to insert yourself into a place that people don't want you. If all gamers are just immature edgelords,
Where was the
then
Dodge
why are you
script
trying
on?
to make content for it? Just stop doing it.
Every game that wasn't
out,
a shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered zzz and boring comments. I've seen.
You want to know why they got
Deathroot.
zzz and boring comments?
Deathroot.
Because they were boring. So here, let me give you guys. This is something people might not know. There is a word that's used. It's cozy. When you hear cozy, I want you to switch that in your mind. Boring. Cozy game, boring game.
People implying that the MC in Fable trailers is ugly because it's a self
She is.
insert of some random level designer working at Playground whom they deemed not fuckable enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't want to look at an ugly chick. Yeah, they want to have a hot character. You stupid? Duh. Where do these people come from? Where do these people come from? Like, what the fuck? So I know it's so dumb, bro. Like, God.
I don't know. It's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best. But it's making me real tired of gamers.
So at this point, it seems that games journalists and all of the liberal LGBT mafia that work at game studios actually hate their audience. And this is a comment I keep reading from you guys again and again. I swear they literally hate us. They seem to be dead set on giving their audience exactly what we don't want. How long is your business going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want?
Well, in the past year or so, I think that we know exactly the date of what that is. Yeah, great question. I think that we know exactly how long it's going to last. They want to change the customer. And this is the thing, right, is that these are people, like, in a lot of cases, like a lot of these game developers, I mean, these are just random people, right? I mean, some of them are weirdos, some of them are not. But these are people in a lot of cases, like, you don't want to be, like, talked down to by a person like this. Absolutely not. You're like a 28-year-old software engineer. I don't want you to be telling me what my politics should be. Stop it. Get the fuck out of here. Yes.
I'm gonna try this again.
This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, and game studios are going under because they were associated with Sweet Baby Inc., I just...
Look where it was from. Look. Oh, yeah. r/Asmongold. There we go. Oh, man. There it is. Yep. The main base of operations. Oh, God.
I just laugh. Let them burn.
Invincibility.
Let all these companies burn who don't know how to give the audience. The wonderful irony in all this is that it's the very games that the woke cancel mob has
Well,
tried
it doesn't
cancel
seem to work
that
against
seem to do
those.
the best. Remember Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, men who dress in women's clothes tried to get it canceled. Instead, the game sold 25 million copies. Oops. Remember Elden Ring?
Extremely fucking popular.
Remember how the woke mob tried
Whoops.
to
Problematic
female
female
games of having quote, problematic depictions of women? Oops. Sold 25 million copies.
Here's another thing about Elden Ring.
Can I destroy this
understand
one?
that Queen Marika is not necessarily trans,
Is it like
but for a fantasy story, it's
the
pretty
same
goddamn fucking close, isn't it?
all the time?
It's really fucking close to that. And so, This is like the main character that the entire story is built around. Everybody loves the lore. Nobody's complaining about this. Nobody actually cares.
Oh, this one has a rider
Yes,
on it.
exactly. Mikola.
It's not the same.
Is it female alter ego? Yes, this is it.
It's not the
This
same
isn't
one.
something that people really give a shit about. Elden Ring is a great example. Consort, yes. So, promised consort Radon. What does that mean? Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. What the... Oh, my God. Think about it.
At this point, making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's success. We could talk about Stellar Blade, pissing off all of the liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in the rest of this video, I want to give you 4 examples of a game or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games. He sold the company to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get them pregnant. I mean, motherfucking Sam Fisher.
The games were way more masculine back then. This is absolutely true. Yeah, they were guy games made for guys. Absolutely. It's not even a question.
Come on. The dude is the ultimate Giga Chad. Scott Mitchell in Ghost Recon. Now, you pick your own character in Far Cry 2, but it's definitely a manly game with hair on your chest. So what is Red Storm Entertainment up to today? Well, I recently saw that Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland is being led by a man who dresses in women's clothes in his free time. Now look, I don't give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon and go around laying magic eggs, but can we agree that the least masculine thing on earth you can do is dress in women's clothes? Tom Clancy would be...
I really don't give a fuck about that, to be honest with you. I don't care. Like, what you want to do with your personal life is up to you. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Just don't put your worldview into a game in a way that's not representative. That's the way I see it. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, there's plenty of people that are probably weird that make plenty of great games. Yeah, that's the way I see it. Absolutely. The issue is they do. Well, then that's the problem.
Rolling over in his grave right now if he knew the absolute disaster that Red Storm Entertainment had become.
Can I somehow jump on this back?
Wolfenstein. So I was recently playing Wolfenstein: The New Order for the
From
first
a
time, which
different
came out
spot?
in 2014. And I have to say, of all the games I was sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there. The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic. They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute unit, as the main character, ripping apart entire armies of Nazis with the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife.
I only played like one of these. It was like the first or second one.
Which came out in 2014, 2015, and 2017, are all great. They have normal men and women doing normal shit in them.
I feel like I missed
But of
something.
course, the woke mob had to get involved somehow. So you have a beloved series with a beloved, tough, male, manly main character. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters? Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019. It's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So
I'm definitely missing
I find
something.
myself asking, who wanted this? Who asked for this?
This shit drives me crazy. I'm sorry, but like, I really gotta say, like, that was so bad. Yeah, this game is so shit. Yeah, I think this does matter a lot. By the way, it does. Like, not even the girls wanted this. Yeah, this is the thing. Is like, guys don't want to play like they don't want to play as a girl in like a fucking war game, really. Like, unless it's something like Stellar Blade. Like, if you're making a game for an audience of guys, you've got to make it appeal to that audience. Like, you can't make a game that, like, you go and kill zombies and, like, Nazis and shit, and then just change everything and make it appeal to women. That's not the way it works. Like, I'm sorry, it does not work. do is cute. Yeah, come on, man, absolutely.
Yes. I often ask the same thing of the new Star Wars shows by Kathleen Kennedy as well. The Wolfenstein reboot had the perfect synergy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his rage on the Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this come across in his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe through the eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him.
Jesus, man. Jesus, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Wow.
The first time you kill somebody, they don't really want to do it.
Who asked for this, man? It's crazy. Who the fuck wants this? I think I slightly disagree. I think you should still make it appeal to men, but I think having a female lead could still work. But why would you do it? But why? Like, it does matter. Like, I'm sorry, guys, it matters.
And when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a perfect example of how a cutscene can go so wrong in a game. BJ's setup is perfect and explains to you why you're doing the actions you're doing. BJ's daughters, however, are acting like they're in an episode of Big Bang Theory the whole time, but oh yeah, they just happen to be killing Nazis, and haha, isn't this so funny?
I also think that there's a very big problem, and I have a shared responsibility in this problem, is that people that are millennials, that are my age, my people, are some of the most unserious, inauthentic, painfully lame and boring groups of people that I have ever seen. It's so fucking surface level cringe. I can't even fucking believe it. Everything is sarcastic, nothing is authentic, nothing is genuine. There are always these like moments of brevity, like, oh, ha ha ha. It's not, there's nothing serious at all. It's just cringe. It's cringe and it's embarrassing. Zoomers don't even like them. They don't even like themselves. Yeah, that's why they're on fucking antidepressants. They're fucking crazy. They've got 6 different mental disorders in their profile picture. Yeah, they don't even like themselves. Nobody else likes them either. Of course not. I'll tell you one thing. One person that definitely didn't like them. Watch these fucking games and you'll know too. It's probably their fucking dad. Holy shit. These people are awful.
The worst all over the place.
It's not the worst generation. It's the cringe generation.
And just so full of cringy and awful cinematics.
Yep.
Which is ironic because the cinematics in the first 3 games were like so good and short, and they got to the point and they were really emotional and impactful. Example number 3, Gears of War. For a full explanation.
It's like, who do you think was playing Gears of War? You want to know all my friends that I knew that were playing Gears of War? The coolest thing to them was like the Marines. You know, like, yeah, bro, like you go into Marines and you learn how to shoot a rifle, right? It's like, yeah, that's what it is. It's all guys. Like, I remember back growing up, like, I didn't know a single girl that liked fucking Gears of War. Not a single one.
Of how the woke mob girl bossed Gears of War, see my video on that game, but I'll keep this short. The first 3 Gears games are an incredible trilogy focusing on the bonds and brotherhood between men. They're incredibly masculine games, focusing on duty and sacrifice and military orders. And I know some of you hate this, but for 10,000 years, it's only been men fighting wars. Sorry.
It pretty much still is. Let's be honest.
The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive woke mob somehow got to Gears of War, and Gears 4 and 5 are about sisterhood, motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman.
Yeah, so like, that's a story that like I don't really give a shit that much about that. Because like, I can't really relate to that, and I don't really care. Like, I want to play as like Marcus or Dom or Coltrane and kill these dudes. Right? Like, that's what I want to do. That's it. Yeah, like that's the whole thing. Like that's, yeah, and it does matter, by the way. It absolutely does matter. Let the market decide. They did. The player base is 99% male. To be fair, the brother thing was tiring. Really? Oh, wow. It's so tiring. No, it's not. How many fucking, what do you call it? What's the game? Or the movie? Fast and Furious. How many of them have they made? 100. They'll say that's misogynistic? Oh, to a certain degree, I'm sure it is. But at the end of the day, if you're a guy, it's going to be easier for you to relate to a guy. You're going to understand a guy's struggles more. You're going to be able to, you know, like just identify with them much more. That's just the way it is. Family. Yeah, exactly. The topic of brotherhood of men fighting together goes back a millennia. Yeah, bro, like these people, they think like, yeah, we made 3 video games. So like, you know that story of like the Odyssey and like all those, yeah, bro, it was played out. No, it wasn't. It's never gonna be played out. Keep doing it. Only a millennia. Yeah, it's been like this forever.
Introduced the character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about. What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry. But here's the problem, of course. Nobody would have bought it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Gears 4 and 5 are basically girl boss, feminist Gears of War.
The last one I played was 3.
Any masculine story about men is put on the back.
I barely even played 3. I played.
Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus in them, but they're really on the back burner. And Gears is now about Kate Diaz, who I've never talked to a Gears fan even cares about. Yeah. Moving on, example number 4, the Saints Row. Saints Row spent 10 years building up characters.
It's like, I'm sorry, but if you have a guy right here that's looking like Constantine, or like this guy who he's sitting in a fucking like a king chair, like he's Scarface with sunglasses on, you know, saluting in a fucking suit. You want to know who looks at a cover of a game like this and buys it? I'll tell you who. A 15-year-old guy. They see this right here. They see that right there. A 15-year-old guy. And by the way, 35-year-old guys, in a lot of cases, are still 15-year-old guys. They say, oh, it's badass. Yeah, for sure. It's not like it's that much different.
Building up a very distinctive and edgy and male sense of humor.
Absolutely.
It's the kind of stuff you and the guys would laugh at. Some of the recurring characters in Saints Row are Johnny Gat, Julius, Aisha, Shondi, and several others. In these games, the men are men and the women are women. Johnny is edgy and hilarious and always has a hot chick on his arm. The humor is crude and hilarious, and the Saints are always getting into trouble. So what went wrong with the reboot? Well, the woke 2022 reboot thought it was a good idea to kill off every single character from the old Saints Row games.
See, this is the problem that I think a lot of these people have, is that they write stories like they have something to prove. They write stories like they have to like put it out there that they're not the same as something else. Like it's like an ego thing for them. Like The Witcher, right? Like any of these other series where like they try to. It's like. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this that works. Like what they do with Lord of the Rings? Yeah. So like anti-art? That's a good way to say anti-art, yeah. It's like they're written by people who wish that everything that their parents told them growing up wasn't true. It's like it's written by a person who hasn't mentally progressed past 14 years. This isn't your grandpa's, yeah, exactly, right? Like they're writing it and they're telling the story in a way to, it's not about telling a good story, it's about validating themselves. I think that's probably a good way to say it, is that it feels like they're telling the stories for themselves and rather than for the audience. Whereas I think in a lot of cases, the stories are told for themselves as well, right? Whether it's Lord of the Rings or anything else, it was for the author, but that wasn't the only thing it was for. The problem is they can't make something new. Well, they did. They tried to make Concord, remember? That did really well. Or Flintlock. How about that?
And I guess they thought we would be cool with that?
Yeah.
But don't worry, all of the beloved characters you've come to know and love have been replaced with tokenistic characters from a literal seminar on diversity.
And that's the problem right there. It's that it's all characters.
Why can't I?
And that's what I find to be so disrespectful about it, is that the characters have to
Copy
exist
millennials,
in
or
some
rather,
sort of oppositional existence of
Oh,
existing
wait.
type of like gender or like racial stereotypes. It's
Is this
insulting.
only
it is.
for
It's very
monsters?
obnoxious. And again, like I think a lot of the people that do this are the people that, you know, if like they're you know, like driving in like a middle class area of town, they lock their doors, right? It's just it's so performative that it's just, I think it's gross. Honestly, it's very gross. Such a weird time.
Yeah,
It
shut
really
up.
is. It's a very weird time.
You've got the gay Asian man, the girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian, and the gay black guy. The LGBTQ mafia didn't just kill
And this is like the thing, right? Is that not all gay guys dress and act like this. There's plenty of gay guys that do and plenty that don't. It's not like you can look and inspect somebody and look at them and be like, gay, I know he's gay. That's not how it works. It's a stereotype. Jesus, a gaydar. Yeah, there you go. Yes, I can. For sure, man.
Intro, they crucified it on a rainbow flag. And this is what you get, guys.
Yeah,
this
they're
is
shut
what you
down.
fuckers
It's
get
gone.
for supporting these people. They turn out shitty games that aren't funny, that aren't cool, that aren't masculine.
That's another big thing. They're not cool and they're not funny. Minus the masculinity. That's something different. They're not cool. That's actually, you know what? The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking that's the biggest problem. They're not cool.
I'll continue, which is why
These are people that were losers in high school. They didn't have any fucking friends. And now they go and they write stories about people that are friends, but they don't have any frame of reference for what being friends with somebody is like. So you get shit like this. They're not cool. They're fucking losers. Boring, antisocial, obnoxious stereotypes. Yeah. Case solved? Yeah, bro, they're not cool.
So stop hiring these people. Game developers
Oh,
need
they
to
will.
stop putting gay stuff in games, and they need to fire every liberal white woman if they want us to ever buy a game again. Because I'm serious, we are done with this shit. We're not buying these games. Like, Phil Spencer is out here complaining about how people aren't spending as much money on games anymore.
Yeah.
I guarantee if you give us hetero dudes hot chicks in games again and manly men, you will see sales go through the roof. Bring back the glory days of video games. I have this theory that in a few years we're going to see a turn back to the golden era of video games. And
We absolutely will, by the way. If you actually think that any of the executives that work at these companies genuinely care about any sort of group of people other than money, you are very sorely mistaken. It's already starting to happen. Yeah, it's already starting to happen.
people are going to start buying
Absolutely.
games again. I recently saw this crazy chart from 2023 that basically showed that people are only playing old games these days. Nobody wants to play anything that's new out right now because it's all woke and it all sucks so bad. So anyway, guys, let's all hope there's a return of masculine characters in games again at some point that we can relate to. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, he's right about that. And I've gotten in a lot of trouble over the years of saying that gender is like a huge barrier of relatability that is not overcomable by any sort of real like storytelling. Like, you're not really going to be able to relate to a girl in the same way that you can relate to a guy, because your gender and the way that you grew up as a man or a woman completely shades your entire experience of life. And I think that if you try to ignore that, and that's why, for example, like a lot of streamers on Twitch Very few popular streamers are female. But like on YouTube, there are a lot of popular streamers that are female and content creators. And do you know why? It's because YouTube has a actual like large female audience and Twitch doesn't. You want to know who's most people at Twitch are? Guys. They're mostly guys. And who do guys relate to? They relate to other guys. And you know who the kind of guys they relate to are? The kind of guys that look and act like they do. That's right. And so guess what? There's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's literally that simple. Society is overestimating how many people are going with the woke stuff. Well, I don't know. I think Arcane's the best example of how woke is not an end-all and be-all. No, it's not. And I think that it also goes back to what I said about Dion and other characters like that, right? Is that there's the video right there. You can see, like, it's actually crazy. This guy, bro, this guy just said it. Like, every single thing that you're not supposed to say.
How is it only 300
he used that
to
as a
upgrade?
checklist. Like, he just said it exactly. Yeah, bro, he just came out. He came out swinging. Yeah, this guy's got 1.6 million views. He only has 55,000 subscribers. So that means this video went absolutely fucking crazy in the algorithm. Yeah, bro just called the industry gay. Oh my god. You know, in Asia, gamers get what they want. Cool dudes and hot chicks. Yeah, exactly. Dion was an actual good gay character. Well, that's because it's not about being a good gay character. It's about being a good character. And then being gay is like secondary to that. Because like, that's not the point, right? It's not the point. Oh yeah, but it's gay. Yeah, okay, nobody gives a shit. That's not the reason why people care about it. You know, I'd say that's all soy now. Yeah, exactly. And so same as straight. Yeah, it's not the reason why people have an opinion or care about it at all. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand. True, nobody cares. People only care when it's done inauthentically by loser millennials that are boring, insincere, have no sense of creativity, and they can't write a good story for shit, and their parents were right, and you can't write a story about how your parents were wrong and have anybody else care about it except you. I'll be right back. I don't know how I've never seen a GameRanks video before. I love this. These guys have 8 million subs. I've never seen this before. I feel like a fucking idiot.
Dishonored, 88%.
Damn.
Batman
Man, what the fuck?
City, 94. Mass Effect 2, 96%. What do these games have in common? It's not just great Metacritic scores. They're all legendary single-player games made by some of the best developers of their generation. Want to know what else they have in common? Redfall, 56%.
I won't forget again. Mine appetite, my sin. I must have more. I must consume more.
So I think next up is getting the Shard of Alexander.
I won't forget. Mine appetite. I must have more. It is all still. I am not sated. Not nearly sated. America! Is this what it is? never be the same again?
I love Gorang, man.
Tarnished, my thanks for thy long labor. But I have done all I can in this land. Henceforth, mine appetite shall be my sole companion. Farewell.
Are there any dragons? I think the most dragons are, but... Oh man! Controller. Oh. We go dragon hunting.
Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, 60%.
Damn, I'm surprised it's that high.
59%. All the
We
most
go
recent
dragon
games from the
hunting.
respective developers, all critical and commercial flops, and all live service games. So what happened? How could respected names like Arcane Austin, Rocksteady,
I
and
wonder.
BioWare release games
Charge
just revival?
attacks.
Hi folks, it's Falcon, and
Just like-
in a word, it's live services. Instead of focusing on the single-player games that we're so good at, these developers were led
Where's
astray by the
Ezekiel?
promise of guaranteed profit. But as we
Wasn't the campaign for Suicide Squad garbage too?
figured out in 2024, there are no guarantees in the games industry. Right now, it seems like all a developer can do is stick to what they're good at and hope for the best. But these guys
Do
didn't
charge
do that.
attacks
Instead, they decided to follow
also
the
mean
trend
spells?
that's killing single-player games, and they're paying for it. And don't get us wrong. At Game Ranks, we are definitely frustrated and pissed off at the current state of the industry. But it's not like we celebrate gleefully once great studio's reputation ends up in the dumps.
I do. Because it's another point on the graph that shows that consumer unfriendly practices are not profitable. It's another example of what happens whenever you go away from what your audience wants and you fail because of it. It is a good thing. Thank God it happened. What if the opposite had happened? then we get more of this bullshit.
It sucks. I love BioWare. And it feels like there has been a pretty fair amount of these types of videos where we're talking about what's wrong with the game. And yeah, it's easy rage bait, but I don't take joy in tearing stuff.
It's bad. It's bad. That's fucking bad. Like, now, if it was good, people wouldn't be talking about it like this, but they're not. But it's not, so they are. Like, the game is bad. It's that simple. Like, if you put out a game like Skull and Bones that has less innovation than Black Flag that came out over 10 years ago, Assassin's Creed with shipboarding, like, you're making a piece of shit. You're making a piece of shit, and that's it. Like, there's no, but it's rage baiting. You want to know what's rage baiting? Playing a game that's worse than a game that came out 10 years ago. That's rage baiting. $70 to eat a dick.
Now, don't take joy wallowing in the film.
I do.
Yes, it's sometimes funny to point and laugh.
Yeah.
But
it's always the way it is. Like every year, and it's not like humans make it worse, right? But like, there are thousands and probably millions of extinct species of animals that we will never know about because they went extinct 700 million years ago, and we have no idea. That's it. Like, this is a natural occurrence. If you go back to the 90s, there are a lot of studios, like, remember Rare? They're not around that much anymore, are they? Because things fucking change. Sega's not making Genesis anymore. They're not making console anymore.
It has to be that way. There's a specter haunting the games industry, a specter called the Lion Circus. It's infected the minds of every corporate suit and bean counter, and can you really blame them? They've seen runaway success with games like Fortnite, which is still absurdly popular and makes money hand over fist, and the guys at the top...
You want to know why Fortnite's popular? It's because it's good. It's good. That's the reason why. You show me a game that makes money, I'll show you a good game.
Companies, they all want a slice of that pie. It doesn't matter if it makes sense. They see the other guy's number go up, so they want their number to go up.
Yeah, or they get fired.
The problem is, all these guys assumed that the pie was infinite, that you'd be able
I
to
want to
cut off
see
as many
if
slices as you wanted forever, and it wasn't. There are 8 slices of the industry.
Charge the
profit
tax
pie.
in the
Well,
wondrous
like
physic means
of
spells.
subscriptions, right? You got Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. You got a WoW subscription, Crunchyroll. Let's see, Disney Plus, and you got Game Pass. Like, bro, there ain't no more
Like,
room.
I thought Scarlet Ionia got
There's
buffed
no more
and is
room
good
for
now
another
or something,
motherfucking
but
Battle Pass.
somehow it's not.
There's too much. The pie already is gone.
Fortnite, GTA Online, Genshin Impact,
Oh.
and Fortnite is another one. Also Fortnite 2 also. I'm going to mention Fortnite one more time, even that out.
Second Fortnite.
6 pieces of the pie. Everybody
Yeah.
else is trying to get those 2 pieces. And let's just call them the trash for now. All these guys...
Well, the damage is pretty
how that was
inconsistent.
out, though. They just saw the big...
I think that the problem is that
The
the
stupid
issue is
fucking
that a lot
goat,
of
man.
These companies are making decisions that sound good inside of a vacuum and in an abstract, but they don't realize that they exist inside of an economy where people have so many competing devices and competing types of
Oh, I
media
have
for their
the
attention,
lightning.
and all of those medias
Here.
also have their own payment structure that you have to make a decision dynamically on what to support and what not to support. That's where the real issue comes from. That's the real problem.
Bales of money going to Epic. and
Because
Rockstar.
if it was only one game company doing this, then it would be fine. But the reality is that that's why that everybody's doing it. It sounds good if you don't think about it.
On Blizzard, and they're like, I like money. Hey, people who are doing something that works, stop and try to do what those guys are doing, even though you don't know how to do it. I mean,
And also, I think, again, like, I'm going to go back to the game fall. People are buying the Fortnite, or not Fortnite, the Helldivers Battle Pass. They bought that. Everybody bought that. People love that. You know why? Because the game was good. That's it. Oh, well, we're not getting people to play our game. Well, then make a good game. Oh, well, I mean, it's like weight loss. Well, I mean, look, I just can't seem to lose weight. Well, what are you doing? You eating Cheetos all day? Whoa. Yeah? Why don't you go out and exercise? Well, I mean, look.
Anything else?
We gotta think of something. We gotta think of something. Yeah. There's always a reason.
Today, the purpose of a business is to generate a profit, after all, especially if you're a publicly traded company, and a lot of these companies are.
Yeah.
The dirty little secret of the games industry is that success is never guaranteed, though, and there's no simple formula for making the profit. There's just too many random factors that come into play, whether a game is successful or not.
Dragon Communion Church is a good place to test
more
it.
Successful more often.
Screw that.
Yeah,
Unless
this
all the
one.
corporate executives who clearly don't understand, let alone love
There's a
video
trend.
games. In their minds, the real secret to success is to find somebody who's successful and follow them around. Which on an individual basis, like, it's good to learn from people, but when you're a business person, you're just ripping somebody else off. It doesn't quite work the same. It doesn't necessarily drop you gently into success land. And this is what
100% does. It 100% does. Like, so Fortnite did not. Fortnite originally was a PvE game. You know, want to know what the battle royale was? They said they looked at PUBG. They said, "Holy fuck!" They saw H1Z1 and they said, "God damn." You know what Genshin was like? Damn, this Breath of the Wild game is good. What if we just took the game and we put it in our game and we called it something different? We put a few extra characters in it and then have people pay money for it. No, always steal shit. That's the best way to do it. Amateurs imitate, professionals steal. That's the way it is. Every one of these fucking games is stolen. Absolutely. And the foundation of it is built off of something else.
a lot of companies did, or tried
Stealing's
to do.
easier?
EA, Warner Brothers, Activision, Bethesda, Square Enix. They might not have mandated it, but they all wanted their game developer studios to, you know, build some money printing presses. Oh, sorry, I mean...
Everybody wants to make Fortnite, but nobody wants to make a game as good as Fortnite. They don't want it, like, because Fortnite is so dynamic. Like, everybody's like, well, why can't we just get the money that it's like people will say, like, streamers say this with, like, somebody like Kai, right? Like, they say, oh,
what?
Man, I wish I had the viewers or something that, like, Kai does. Well, what are you doing? Well, today I logged on whenever I felt like it, and I played video games for 3 hours, and I talked to my friend in Discord. Damn,
how did that
bro,
one-shot
you're telling
him?
me people didn't tune in to watch that? Oh, man. Well, hey, it's all about luck, and I guess you just got unlucky. Oh, bro. Oh. Yeah, you just weren't picked, man. Oh, jeez. Luck of the draw.
endless multiplayer elements and lots of microtransactions, which I can't imagine that ever getting old. The important thing to keep in mind is that the games industry wasn't immediately reacting to Fortnite's success. Almost all of these plots were in development well before Fortnite became the biggest thing in town. Live service was a direction the industry was already going in. Everybody wanted that big hit. And when games like Fortnite and GTA Online started dominating the space and publishers started posting record profits, that really accelerated people's plans. To anyone in the know, it sounds insane for a company like Arcane Austin, most famous for their work on Prey, still underrated to this day.
Okay, it doesn't.
Like Bethesda going, hey, Arcane Austin.
Redfall didn't play well. They had shit clipping through walls. It was bad. If this was a single player game, it would be worse. You want to talk about like, oh, it's live service. It's not live service. It's the problem. It's a bad game. It's a bad game that doesn't work.
We own you, and what we want from you is live service games.
He was mentioning Prey, though? He was mentioning Prey as a way to build up the quality of Arcane Austin, but the reality is that Arcane Austin...
Actually, I just want to see how much more.
And
how much only this talisman gives me?
With Redfall. That's the way it is. And I guarantee you that if you had your money in your 401k invested into a game like Redfall and you had a chance to vote, do we cut them loose or keep them on the line? Every single person is going to be cutting them loose. It's not even a question. Arcane Austin is good at making single-player games, not live service game. I believe this is his point. But why can't they? They can't even get the bugs out of the game.
About 200 damage more.
They can't get the bugs out of the game. These are bugs that could happen in a single-player game too.
And you clearly make immersive sims and do it in a highly specific way that is both critically and commercially well received. And then Microsoft buys them, and Redfall just tanks hard because it's Redfall. And that's the first thing that Microsoft observes. I mean, this is a studio that really knew single-player games. People got jobs at Arcane Austin because they liked that kind of game. Because Arcane Austin was famous for it. So everybody at Arcane Austin was really enthusiastic about that kind of game. And yet, in 2018, the same year Fortnite was really taking off, Arcane started work on Redfall, an online-only open-world cooperative shooter. It's easy to just point at ZeniMax or Bethesda.
He didn't drop an item, did he?
Making a bad game. And for the most part, I am going to say that that is most of the problem, particularly with this one. That being said, devs are perfect.
You spent 5 years come up with a piece of shit. At some point, you got to stop blaming other people. Five years.
I want to see how much damage we get out of this.
Like, what are we talking about? Oh,
Hey.
Xbox made us release it early. Okay. Why is that a problem? Like, what? So, if you didn't know what the deadline was, like, what do you think the odds are that they didn't know what the deadline was? That it was just a big surprise.
Capable of making bad decisions on their own. The orders don't always come from the top. When
The scope creep? Yeah, you know what scope creep is? A failure in management.
Okay, with all the buffs, double damage. That's not
I
bad,
like how
man.
a lot of these game studios and like the game.
Is there anything?
So
Wait, I
allergic to
could.
accountability. They knew what the fucking deadline was. They knew what they had to make. They knew what they needed to do. They signed up to do it. They didn't do it. So if you can't handle the scope creep and you can't figure it out,
261.
I don't want to fucking hear about it. Like, this is your fault. You set yourself up to fail. You set the game up to be this way. You, like, Phil's probably not sitting in there telling them you need to have this system and that system.
170.
You decided this. You went with this.
Wanted more microtransactions. Doom Eternal did it by shuffling all that stuff off to the multiplayer mode. The game still had a robust single-player component, though. And really, regardless of whose fault it is, Arcane making Redfall proved to be a terrible idea.
Wait, where's the other?
The project lacked direction and enthusiasm for pretty much everybody.
I really don't have the other tiers,
Jeder
man.
Körper ist von Natur aus anders.
What did I think I missed so much of. I've only decks. Did he set a marker on the map? Okay. I have to kill him, right? Yeah. I'm tanky, holy shit. Is there a faster way to get down there? That's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's pretty good then. Oh damn, that's a new way. That's really great.
Millicent, Melanie, do you detest us?
Involved, and according to reports, no one at Arcane wanted to make it, and you can just see that in the buggy, half-baked final product. Sources said the whole project was such a boondoggle that many in the company secretly hoped Microsoft would simply cancel the game after the acquisition, and as much as people...
What a joke. I'm about to go in. I'm so sick of this shit. This reminds me a lot of whenever streamers will do a sponsored stream and act like during it they're in detention. You're being paid to make a product. If you don't like the product you're making, then why don't you make it better and find a way to like it? Why is this Microsoft's fault because you don't like making the product this way? What the fuck are you doing? Or quit. Yeah, whose idea was it? Yeah, this is find a way. It's your fucking job. Figure it out. Like, you're not always going to have a situation where every single little thing is going to be exactly the way that you want it to be. Like, that's the facts. Like, I'll tell you this, right? There are a lot of situations that I have been in the past 2 years that I did not want to be in. But the most poisonous thing that you can possibly do is to act like it. It's so bad. It's a worse mindset to have. Like, it's...
People used to praise Microsoft's hands-on approach with their studios. They probably should have canceled that game. I think it probably would have been better for everybody because they would have stopped sinking money into it and Arcane Austin would still exist. I mean, not that it really matters anyway, because it's estimated that around 70% of the staff that worked on Prey left the studio by the time Redfall actually shipped. The project was so disheartening to the people who wanted to
ship of Theseus
at Arcane that they just quit rather than deal with it. Like, they're obviously talented people. It'll be harder for them to bounce back somewhere else, but it's not like they're no talent hacks. They will be able to find work. So why not leave? If you're going to be stuck working on something that just kills your will to wake up every day, why stay there? And, you know, because of this, Arcane Austin also struggled to fill empty positions because I don't know how you get people who are like really excited about working in live service games at Arcane Austin, the developer famous for immersive sims. Like, if you say to me, there's a position open at Arcane Austin, I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, they're making a live service game. Oh, well, I'm not going to apply for that. That's how my brain would work if I were them. And live service games are the problem, but they're not the full problem.
I'm not sure if I completely agree with that or not. I think it depends on what the game is, right? And it's like a lot of game studios make, like, a great game studio will go off and do something different and it will be great. Like, for example, Capcom went and made Dragon's Dogma. From Software made Demon Souls. That was a big deal. Dark Souls, big deal. Big departure. Armored Core 6, a return, but still a departure from what they have been doing for the better part of 10 years.
Possible for a live service game to be good. Helldivers 2 shows us that of spades.
Yeah.
The problem here is forcing single player devs who are not interested or straight up don't
I
know
take
how to
no
make
damage.
live service games. That's the problem. That's the biggest, most glaring problem. Even more so than
Oh, it only deals damage
I
once.
see what his point is. I understand what he's trying to say, but I don't completely agree with him. Because Redfall did not function even as a game on a foundational level. So, like, you can make, like, there's two arguments, right? There's, like, a lack of quality in style and design, and then there's a lack of quality
And I have
in
no
functionality.
resistance.
A lack of quality
Why
in
am I so
functionality
fucking
is
tanky?
indefensible.
Holy lord.
It is low quality garbage regardless. Now, style and design is subjective. Oh, I think this game is boring. Well, I don't. Okay, well then some people are going to play it, some people aren't. But Redfall did not function.
No type
It's
of
6
game
years to
is
figure this out. 6
automatically
years.
good or bad. But it is automatically bad to try to get somebody who doesn't know what they're doing or doesn't want to do something to try to do the thing, because that thing
I'm
is
going to have to say, though, like, while I still don't think that... I don't... This is going to sound confusing, right? But, like, this is a two-wrong situation. Microsoft also fucked up. And I don't want to make it seem like this guy is totally wrong, because he's right. Microsoft should not have had them do this. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do it. You're making them do it, and it's bad. Now, yes, it's their fault, but they failed, but you put them in the position to fail.
gonna suck. Like, you'd run into this issue with genre changes anyway. Like, imagine taking the Battlefield team at DICE and saying, hey, make Baldur's Gate 4, please. It would probably be a disaster because, I mean, these are multiplayer shooter guys, not systematic RPG guys. The drive and the knowledge just isn't there. And let's even say that they're excited about it. That could be a project that easily beats them down because they got to learn everything over again. And what
The thing is, like, I wanna try to one-shot Placiduous X.
Overwatch was crazy good.
That's why I'm
On
grinding
release,
for these
Overwatch was
talismans
so
and
good.
stuff right now.
What I learned in the past few years is that making live service games is hard. Even developers who have successfully done it, like Bungie, they struggle to remain profitable. Destiny 2 is a game characterized by crisis. It's a game that always seems like it's on the verge of completely breaking down. There are times when things are great.
I feel like I
with
missed
the
the boat
Witch
on
King,
Destiny.
And then there's times
But
when
where is
played it on
this?
no one is happy with Destiny 2. Like with Lightfall. I mean, in general, Destiny 2's been a success, but you never know it from the community at times. The problem with live service games is they require a constant stream of updates to stay afloat. And that means they need a constant stream of labor. And that means you're never done with them. Ever. And it's a delicate balance. You have to be satisfying, but not quite satisfying enough to be done. Like, I will go ahead and say this. That's not automatically bad. Generally, it turns out bad, but I'll again point to Helldivers 2. They get it right. It's worth continuing to play it on an ongoing basis because it is just satisfying enough to not be satisfying, but be satisfying. I know that sounds ridiculous, but still.
I'll give you my example of that. Whenever I was playing in... Because what he's saying is, like, I see what he's trying to say, but it's so hard to explain. What he's saying is that you have to keep the game in a constant state of imbalance, but rotate the imbalance regularly to keep things fresh. And I remember in Nighthold, with playing my warrior in Nighthold, I remember I was doing Croesus. He's the big guy in the water in Nighthold on Mythic. And I got depression whenever I was on the top of the DPS meter. Because I realized that whenever the next patch comes out, I won't be able to play this class in this way anymore. Because I knew it would never get better than this. Straight up. I was like, bro, this is so fucking fun. This is so good. And by the way, didn't Blizzard offer to do an update to StarCraft Brood War, but the Koreans were like, no, do not fix it. Don't fix it. Don't fix it. Please do not fix it. Whatever you do, don't, just let it go. Let it go. We gotta figure it out. Yes, exactly. Thank God, yeah. So keep that in mind. That's what he's trying to say. I think that's what he's trying to say.
That is an extremely difficult balancing act. A dance with many delicate steps, one in which a single mistake could send the dancer flying, landing right on their face. And that allegory took the extent of my dancing knowledge. You're welcome. Like, take Anthem. It's another example of a game where BioWare just didn't understand how to make a live service game. Flat
Where the
out. It was a
fuck
loot
is this
game
thing?
Where nobody was allowed to mention Destiny 2 during development. BioWare was so
Up
desperate
there?
to avoid comparisons to other games.
How's that? How's that anybody else's fault except for their own? That's stupid. That's
There it
fucking
is.
stupid. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I guarantee you. Like, whenever, for example, let me think, World of Warcraft was being made, they're talking about EverQuest all the time.
Did they buff the duration of Black
Like,
Flame
whenever
protection?
they were making Dark Souls,
It's holding
whenever
really
PoE was
long.
being made, they're talking about Diablo 3 all the time. What?
But instead of doing something unique, it just meant that the game fell into the same pitfalls that other developers had run into and learned to avoid years ago. Basic game design.
I bet whenever they're making Diablo 4, the new loot season, they're talking about Last Epoch all the time. They're saying, like, let's put this from Last Epoch in the game. Let's put that from Last Epoch into the game. Right? That's what they're doing. Yoshi P talks about WoW all the time. Yeah,
because,
exactly.
Quote, old style AAA multiplayer game
But
sensibility.
you see, like, my point, though, right? Where it's like everybody wants to blame live service. Remember the problem whenever you actually get down to, like, the way that this was managed? The studio is fucking up. They said, oh, yeah, so we're going to go roller skating, but you could only use one leg, and you have to have a bowling ball in a backpack. And they're like, man, we keep falling over. Man, bro, we shouldn't have gone roller skating. I said, no, bitch, you should have used both legs. What are you doing? It sounds dumb. It is. That's the problem. It's a management problem. It is. It's a management problem. Absolutely. And it might not be a management problem, but it's their responsibility. Management, like, whenever you're in management, you're in leadership, there are, like, it's great because you get to take credit for successes. People are like, damn, you really did this. Like, well, you really didn't do this. But here's the difference. Whenever it doesn't go well, people say, damn, you really did this. Maybe you didn't actually. It's not really your fault, but it's still your responsibility. That's it.
Tend to fly in the face of the realities of live service games.
Yeah.
Anthem, The Avengers, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, all of these games are built like single-player games with a level of fidelity, which is fine for a single campaign with a beginning, middle, and end, but it's kind of a problem when the developers are expected to continue the story forever. Either these
You look at this shit right here. Like, I'm sorry, like, I might just bring up another point. This looks like garbage. Like, nobody told them it had to look like this. They did this themselves. You did this to yourself. You decided you wanted to eat a dick. Don't go and blame Microsoft. Don't blame somebody else. It's you. You wanted to be the dick eater. Nobody else's fault.
forever. Either these games end up feeling hollow and incomplete from the start, with developers cutting content from the main game and slowly sprinkling it out in content updates, or the live service aspect just barely exists, with the game going months on end without updates. Either direction can kill a community. And another thing that a lot of these developers failed to take into account was the community aspect. For a live service game to thrive, it needs an active and engaged community.
It does.
According to whoever you talk to, whales are responsible for 60 to 70% of
71% is my understanding.
But without the community, without the people there, the whales have nothing to do. It's something.
He's right. The whales need plankton to eat. Yeah, you need to have the plankton, and there's more plankton than whales in the ocean.
That executives just flat out don't understand. They think, oh, well, it's like just cater to the whales. give them exactly what they want, and screw everyone else. It
that's not
leads
how
to
you-
decisions that can be very political, pandery, and a game never builds a community because no one
Lost Ark is doing this, by the way. Like, Lost Ark did this. Like, they are, in my opinion, the worst defender of this. From, like, games that I'm familiar with. Pandering to whales. Lost Ark should be the best ARPG out there. Lost Ark, in my opinion, Vaulton clears any fight in PoE and anything in Diablo. And it's not even close, by the way. It should be the premier ARPG MMO by a mile.
Anything to do with it, except for a very specific type of person who might be willing to give money based on the appeasement of their sensibilities. That's a highly specific example of the community problem that these developers have, but it goes out much more broad. Think about the other pie, the player, their time and their money. Finding a player who loves a game long enough to play it endlessly is one thing. Convincing them to play a few at once, that's tough. We all have
this is the ecosystem I was talking about.
obligations in life. Jobs, school, family, hygiene, physical and mental health. Cheeses from various countries. There's a lot of different cheeses.
Good point.
I've probably had 9 of them. There is a lot to experience.
I've probably had that many
and
too.
Some of it you have to do, some of it is optional, but it all takes time. You can't
Where is
exactly
it?
mainline Destiny or World of Warcraft and Warframe and Fortnite.
They
and
need
play
to do that thing where they had in, that show Dragon Ball Z, the hyperbolic time chamber, where like Trunks and Gohan would like go in there and train a lot, and then it'd be like 3 hours, but it'd be like 2 minutes inside of it. Like they need to make one of those in real life. Because like I'm getting into that situation, right? Where it's like I'm like, oh fuck, like I don't have enough time to play this game all the time, and I also want to play this other game all the time. Like I need 50 hours a day, but I only have like 24.
Diablo's new season and be a productive member of society all at once. Like, it's not going to happen. I'm sure some of you are going to say that you
like
can,
I haven't played this.
but you can't. You can't.
You can't.
Don't
No.
try to do that. It will probably kill you.
You can't.
Like, we talk about crunch in game development, but what about on the consumer end?
Bro is
asking us
lying.
to do crunch.
Oh, wait,
except
it's
for they
here.
want us to pay them. The reality of life is that adding another live service to your plate is a tough sell.
Yep.
Especially if that game releases as a mess or doesn't have like a good content roadmap or, any of the
guys that made Once Human made a live service game that plays well and it works. And they probably had a fraction of the resources that the people that made Redfall or Anthem had. Where's the problem? The problem was with the developers and the leadership. The finals is great. It is. I watch Shroud play it a lot.
The live service problems we've talked about.
Once Human
over the
looks
last
bad, that's
few years.
subjective.
Like in Redfall, you can see
I thought it was great.
a kind of
I loved
glimmer
it.
of the old Arcane in some of the world design. Or in Suicide Squad, there's hints of the Rocksteady we all know and love in certain set pieces. But with these games, their
This looks like
unique
garbage.
vision was sacrificed.
It's just like, I mean, am I crazy? Like, I look at this like, what the fuck is this? This looks terrible.
Sacrifice to chase a trend. When you try to please everyone, you can end up pleasing no one.
That's
in fact, it's much
That's
more.
a fucking fact. That he's right about that. Absolutely. And I think that's the real problem. They make these games and they spend so much on the game that they have to hit a target audience that's so wide that they need to water down the game to where the original people that the game was made for don't want it anymore. That's what fucking happened. And WoW did this with Wrath of the Lich King.
Likely than pleasing everyone. And it didn't have to be this way. Again, there are good live service games.
There's a
Even
lot of
with
them.
Solid single player components like take
Yeah.
GTA Online. GTA 5 is still
Yep.
there. It's playable, and the modes are completely separate and don't interfere with each other. It's kind of a drag that Rockstar gave up on some pretty amazing sounding DLCs starring Trevor as a secret agent for the single player game, and instead dedicated all their time to GTA Online, but the core game is still there, and it's still excellent. The same seems like it's going to be true for GTA 6. It seems like they're following that mode. Even if the single-player game turns out being a loss leader to get people in the door for GTA Online,
Yeah, that's
too,
what it does.
or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
they want
smart.
to call
He's
it.
right.
The fact is, GTA 6 is going to be GTA 6. But all these devs had to go live service on their most recent games, and all to their ruin. Arcade Austin was closed. BioWare has been mostly
Losers
silent,
lose.
other than releasing a few concept art compilations doubling as trailers since 2019, and they lost a lot of their key figures. We don't know what's going to happen to Rocksteady after the failure of Suicide Squad, but that game was specifically
I know what's going to happen.
Out as a failure by Warner Brothers Discovery, and it's unlikely that the planned content of the game is going to all come out, and who knows where they're going to be in a year. Other studios have suffered too. Platinum's reputation was damaged after the abysmal Babylon's Fall. I just think that there's some kind of contractual obligation with that travesty, because it makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, Kamiya stopped working at Platinum, but that doesn't mean every single person with the sensibilities left. In fact, I'd wager there are a lot more people there that understand how to make games. What the hell got them involved in Babylon's Fall? Every time we bring that one up, I'm just beyond frustrated with it. But I'll say this, out of the primarily single-player studios that made a live service push, Naughty Dog is probably the one that got out unscathed because they did the
Where the fuck is he?
just canned The Last of Us Factions 2. It still cost the studio years of wasted time that could have been better spent focusing on what they're good at. But at least they're not stuck supporting a game they have no ability to keep running for years on end. That's the real issue with live service games.
Yeah, you gotta know whenever it's not working. Like, absolutely.
Very risky propositions. Even when they're being made by developers who know exactly what they're doing, there's a good chance the game will fail, not find an audience.
I think a lot of companies in the pursuit of consistency and going for like a guarantee, the only thing that they guarantee is that they won't have it. Because they try so hard to do something that's live service and like consistent that it causes them to lose their edge and like the competitive appeal that they have.
Just burn up too much money. So what chance does a developer with no experience with these types of games have? Like, they're trying to get by the goodwill of their previous games, the AAA developer status.
Never gonna work.
That's just not.
Yeah.
They'd probably be turning a profit. Would it be all the profit? No. But again, there is a specter haunting the games industry. And when you can't get all the profit, it's just not good enough for some publishers and studio heads. Ultimately, the mindless pursuit of
I mean, like, let's be honest, too. Like, this game wasn't well received by players in any regard. Like, everybody thought this was bad. Like, everybody was negative about, like, for example, Anthem, Suicide Squad, the Avengers game. Everybody was. So it's not like they didn't make enough money and, like, this is a publisher problem. The audience and the customers rejected the product.
It's over rational business planning is the real problem here. And you could ask anyone but a studio head or one of these business executives running a publisher, anyone else, ask any other person. They'll tell you maybe we should have a plan. But for them, there is no plan. The live service game is basically like oil in them dar hills. We don't have a plan. We're just going to set a bunch of people loose with pickaxes.
Whatever, man.
Somebody comes back with oil or gold or diamonds or something. Whatever. It's whatever's worth money.
Because they're going after it for money, and they're not going after it because they want to make a good game. And they don't have the expertise to understand what people want. Like, for example, Pal World, what's your creative vision?
Let's go find Alexander.
A lot of people like. All right, well, you did that. Yep, that's it. So, like, you can do it, but you have to understand what people like.
Bring it back! No, they should have a plan. And the plan should maybe involve using people's talents and skills that have been established to make things that people want. And again, I realize that it's easy to take a big old dump on live service games, and I will continue to do that. But it's not just
As I said, I am a live service enjoyer. I think live service games are great. I think the problem is bad development studios that don't know how to make a good product. That's it.
The industry feels like it's
that's my opinion.
But the thing is, it's not true everywhere. Over in Japan, Capcom has enjoyed its 7th straight year of record profit.
Street Fighter 6 is live service.
And they've been putting out a solid mix of live service and single-player games. Nintendo doing the same thing by sticking to, I don't know, what they know how to do. They're not throwing everything out the window because they see something shiny. That's exactly what all of these other publishers and developers are doing, though. When they're trying to make something that they just
because they have no creative vision. The only vision they have is of money. They're not. It's like streamers that are like, oh, well, I'm gonna stream the new popular game. Well, whenever I do it, it's not successful. Yeah, because you're not doing it because you like the game. You have no real interest in the game. It's obvious. You're just playing this because it's the popular new thing to play. You guys ever seen a streamer try to do that? Yeah, the creative vision is let's make money. Exactly, yeah. I've made that mistake myself.
Don't know how to do. It's a risky business to make games. There's always going to be backfires, even when you're rationally planning things, and the result is killing or damaging the reputation of these great studios that some of the best single-player games ever have come out of. Looking back on this whole thing, these studios would have been better off just going to the casino and putting the budgets of these games on black. They couldn't turn a profit. A lot of this is just short-term thinking and trend chasing. I wish I could say that this is finally starting to learn this lesson.
It is.
The latest high-profile game failure.
I think it is.
No. After admitting the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was an utter failure, what was Warner Brothers Discovery's takeaway from the whole thing? To double down on live service games.
They're right. They're right. They should try to keep trying to make a live service game. They should just have it be done by a studio that knows how to make a good game. That's all. Yeah, the problem is not. It's not that live service is not the problem. The problem is that the game's bad.
Of course, even though their most popular game, their most profitable game, probably
Street
the
Fighter,
biggest
Monster
success
Hunter World,
they've
very
had
successful.
in years
True.
was, you know, Hogwarts Legacy, an entirely single-player game. They made a crap ton of money off of that. And after a live service,
you can't really replicate that. Hogwarts is just so popular, and then they got lucky with like all of the like culture war stuff associated with that. Like Hogwarts Legacy had a lot of intangibles that can't be replicated. To be fair,
this failure, they're like, well, you know, single-player games. Am I right? Make another live service game. If there's one thing you could count on in the games industry, it's that these big corporations will make dumb as hell decisions. That is the one bet you can count on. You don't need to put it on black. Put all your money on the big corporations making dumb as hell decisions. That's not random. It's gonna land there. If somebody gives you 30-to-1 odds on that, you take it because you are walking away with 30 times the money that you had prior. That's all I got for you today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter.
Wasn't there an item?
We'll see you next time right here on Game Ranks.
I don't know how I've never seen a Game Ranks video before. I've never seen one. I love this. I disagree with a lot of the things he said in the video, but yeah, this is great. I've never seen one. What the fuck?
Dishonor.
Yeah, I'm gonna link you guys the video. These guys have 8 million fucking subs. I've never seen this before. I feel like a fucking idiot. Hogwarts Legacy, which was the first open world Harry Potter game. Yeah, it was a really good Harry Potter game too. Like that's another factor. Like for example, like Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Star Wars Fallen Order were very successful because they were good games. That's the most important thing. Like again and again and again. Like I go back to the good game situation. They weren't good. I think they were. Yeah, like I'm gonna be totally honest. I genuinely think that they were good games. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the gameplay was good. Like as a I think it was as good as like it was. Hogwarts Legacy was like, let's say Jedi Survivor was like an 8 to 8.5. Hogwarts Legacy was like a 9, right? So like it was a little bit better, but it definitely met the check. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but the game was all right. Yeah, they were best Star Wars games since Jedi Academy. Yeah, they were well received within the community. Exactly. Yeah, and so I'm positive about it overall. Does Star present an interesting take on a Star Wars game? Sure, but I think that live service games. I think that the reason. So like it's kind of like this weird thing. It's like a chicken and egg situation where it's like, are live service games really the problem, or is the problem that a lot of studios that are looking to make money without any sort of like real, creative vision make live service games? So it's like because live service games is usually the way that they try to do it. That means that more live service games will have a negativity bias of low quality. So it's like there's a lot of factors with this, if you see kind of what I'm saying here. And I am, again, a big fan of live service. I think live service is great. I think there are a lot of single-player games that are also garbage. And I think the truth is that whether it's a single-player game or not, Redfall and the way that it played is indefensible. It's irrelevant. Like, it had bugs that these could be bugs in single-player games as well. It's the same thing as, I'm assuming Suicide Squad, like, just the way that it looks is awful. Like, the studio didn't tell them to make the game look that way. They chose that. And they chose that because they thought that they were going to make it like Fortnite. And the reason why is they have no creative vision. That's the problem. That is the core issue, and that's what the end product is. Hey, can you guys hear me? What up? Why back to tier 3? The reason why is I'm just doing some of the quests for my renown. That's why. I'm trying to see if there's any other quests I need to do here. Maybe I should just start doing dungeons. I think that's the play. Let me put everything away, and then we're going to start working on the dungeons. T5 is data mined. I mean, I think we can easily expect a tier 5, right? I mean, it's just kind of like common sense they're going to do that. Harp's got 6 weapon gems. Seems broken. Yeah, it is. It's great. All right. Well, fuck it. Let's go do this one. Yep, no reason to worry, no reason to stress. We just got to get dungeons out of the way, man. We got to farm dungeons like crazy. Today's Capcom show was a massive fucking disaster. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. Like, I didn't see any of that stuff. Obviously, I've been busy today with, like, my podcast and everything and meeting and all that stuff, so I didn't really have a lot of time to do anything else. Seasons be a separate game mode? Yeah, you can keep playing the game even without seasons, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think seasons are what the game is designed for.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, my damage is really good now.
Oh.
Like, look at that.
Wait.
That was awesome.
Can I get down there?
Not ready yet.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Fury.
Can I get down there?
Volume's loud. It's hard for me to tell since I have like multiple
Or will I die?
Not ready yet.
that have like different purposes.
I'm low on fury. I must wait.
Look how much health this dude has. Where's my loot? Good to see you back. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I'm very glad to be back, obviously.
Not ready yet. I need more fury.
Yeah, I feel like these mobs are like straight up doing less damage than the mobs were yesterday. Like, I don't know if it's like just because I'm playing better or what, but like it feels like I'm just doing so much more damage than I was yesterday, man. Like, this is just nuts. Have you slept at all? I mean, I didn't really, right? I mean, I woke up. No, I haven't slept. I mean, today, because I mean, I woke up. Like, I'm not sleep deprived.
Don't have enough fury.
Dude, how do I clear like how many yellow mobs, and like not a single one manages to drop a good item? Do it. Non-competes are bad. True. Handy games. This is 2001. Oh shit. Is this a scary movie? That one don't work. He only got one monitor? Bro, this dude only got one monitor. He living in 2006. A handy 9000. Wait, what website are we on? Oh shit.
Welcome to the Handy Games Archive. My name is Handy 9000, and I was created to guide you through the Handy Games Showcase of 2024.
Who thought this was a guy?
There are new entries for our highly rated early access game, Odd Sparks and Automation Adventure. Commencing data export.
Alright, what's this? It's like a, is that Pikmin? Called Sparks. An automation adventure? Ooh, slavery.
What is he even playing?
Persil. Wow, små minier neue Kleid. Oh, nein. Persil, weil du immer das Beste ist, muss er ich wie die von Kind aufbewahren.
Yay! I didn't miss anything.
Yo, what's up guys? Chase the Burrow here, and welcome back to another Elden Ring build video. Today we're going to be testing out Light Roll, seeing how effective it is in invasions, and if it's worth using over some higher poise armor sets. One of the strongest things about Light Roll in invasions is the fact that you can kind of escape 3-man pressure. Usually if you're fighting a 3v1, you have to be pretty defensive, because if they stun you, they can kind of chain running attacks together and catch up to your medium roll very easily. One will be stunning you, the other can just catch up to you while sprinting beside his teammate, and they can kind of infinitely pressure that way. While using Light Roll though, you can escape that situation. If you dodge the running attack properly, they're not really going to gain any distance on you because the roll is that much further, so you can easily escape those 3-man pressure situations. The downside being your absorption is much worse using any Light Roll setup, so you're going to take more damage when you do get hit. So in those situations where you get hit by 2 or 3 people, it can almost one-shot you, so you do need to be careful. There are plenty of ways you can boost your damage negation though to make up for that. The Boiled Crab is one of them. When I have this going, it boosts our defenses up to 33. So this is more in line with my natural armor set, and then you can push it even further by using the Opaline hard tier. Now we're sitting with a physical defense of 43, and if I compare it to my normal armor set, I have 53 physical defense, so it's not a huge loss, honestly. It's only about 10. As for the choice of Talisman, the Shard of Alexander is kind of a must on any weapon-focused build. You just get such high damage out of your Ashes of War. The extra HP is always a good choice on a build like this that has low defense, and then I need both the Great Jar Arsenal and the Erdtree Favor to increase my equip load to make Light Roll easier with the weapons that I plan to use, and I also get some nice fashion out of it as well. That's everything that I really have to say about the build though. Let's just see how the Light Roll performs in the invasions. Liurnia of the Lakes with Kai. Alright, Kai, what are you doing? I see what looks like a big ol' axe. And the Rosu's axe. Hello, guys. How are you? Kai Light. Hello. Dual Rosu's axe. Hello. How are you? This is gonna be a rough time for you guys. I'm standing on water. And I'm lightning. So there's that. What's on yours? Oh, you're using lightning as well. Boys.
I'm fat rolling.
I'm actually surprised that he just went around seeing that so much. That's terrifying. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, I would have got roll caught there by the running L1. With my light roll. Which is why he keeps attacking. It's pretty interesting. The little aura that that gives off is kind of nice. In the water. Oh, yeah. Oh, that ain't my unit. Oh, I don't want to get too used to doing that. Like, I'll just do that on my right. Just do it. But it's so you can just whip punish from your roll because they won't reach you. Oh, that is so strong, honestly. And the jumping L1s are terrifying. It's awesome. I'm so sorry, Kai. Ooh, but yeah, rolling L1. After I noticed the dual straight swords, like usually they chip you, the follow-up still, because you don't roll very far with medium roll. Well, absolute limit. Who has not been here yet? Perfect, I'm ahead of them. Oh, they're right there. Well, I'm defensing up. I'm not the worst. Very big bomb. Oh, that's so defensive. Hello guys, how are you? I run into Mr. One Shot. Well. Oh no. The fact that he didn't heal himself is crazy, guys. That is just ridiculousness. You should always heal yourself, man. Man, the crouch attack on Katanas is so crazy.
Too late.
Just 2 shots.
God damn it.
But he was wearing cloth and didn't have a lot of defense. What's going on here? Where's the dung eater at? I know he's nearby. Hello there, sir. I sense backstabs in my future. Whoop. Goodbye, absolute limit. Oh my god, guys, calm down. Absolutely dragging our body. Well, hello there. Philo Dizzy. Oh my god, you guys were sprinting this way and then instantly turned around. Did it have something to do with me? I think it may have. Whiz it. Okay, now this is funny. Hey guys, how's it going? That's hilarious. What is this tactic? I have a bow. Sorry. Wait, blue? Maybe? You slowed me down, but you didn't stop me. Of course, blue. You know, a great shield, Mr. Blue. Whoa. Come here, blue. Perfect. You know what? Even using this with light roll is hilarious. Hey, wizards. Let's go for the back line there. He's not gonna expect it. Alright, we got a wizard, a fister, and the host hiding in the back is a bleed build. Hey, you leave that guy alone, okay? That ant deserves love. I'm pretty sure this is dead. That's all. They are afraid of the bugs. That is fair. Bugs are strong. Cool. Okay, I think this water eats the AoE sometimes. Sometimes. Depends. Hey, man. Oh, you know what? Good dodge. No. Good working with you, man. They're trying to gang up on you. I'm here for you. Okay, well, my jump attack was actually used as a dodge there by accident, but, you know, nonetheless, it worked. I need FP, though, so we can just kind of trade. There we go. Hey, man. We could go
They
for
stagger me out of
Just
everything.
very annoying. Light roll, see, look at that. Just no pressure from the fist anymore just because I have light roll. They really do love doing that. He's trying to maximize his bleed, and I appreciate him for it, but excuse me, I outrun those. With no poise though, they do hurt. Maybe that. Another phantom. Cool. Wizard as well. Alright, this could be potentially good. He's stopping the flies. We can easy just use the hand of Millennium. That guy's almost dead. Pop his level as well. I think out of the range of Star Shower, indeed. Hey, Blue. Sorry, I saw you. There was no sneaking there. No, not Star Shower. Hey, Blue. You're kind of down here alone with me. I don't know if you want that, but... Oh, God. Not having a bit of poise to tank the second fist, downside. Can't do scary trades like that. Real. We could probably do this, though. He doesn't know I have range at all. And Locals will die in literally 2 lightning bolts. That is why he's so using that. Blue's a little bit latent. But it's okay. He's probably dead there. Nice. Well, you know, I could have just been doing this all along, Kilo. You don't even know how to dodge. Hey, man. Good job, Blue. You get in the back and survive. Definitely the role of a Blue fan. Well, hello there. Hey, Dovahkiin. How's it going, Dovahkiin? And Faith support. Okay. So we have what looks like rebuild. A little scary, honestly. Bleed could be a problem. I'm definitely weaker to status procs with this build. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter because our damage is ridiculous. Hey, your my level is so fire. What the fact? Fire hurts. Hey there. How's it going? Whee! It's kinda, I might get a little too used to the light roll. It's crazy that you can just get out of pressure instantly. Like, look at that. Normally that'd be able to pressure me, but the light roll just lets you escape every possible roll catch. Hey, I'm proud of him for hitting that. I never see anyone use that spell. I see we're just attacking. Yes, I'll jump right back into that because it's kind of worth it. Hey, man. How's it going? I want to make sure my attack buffs stay, though. And I do need to make sure I heal the bleed procs. Running heavy. Look, the fact that that actually caught up to me is pretty crazy, but... yeah, thank you. I'd rather not be involved in any of that. I won't be trading into you, my friend. Not today. Not today at all. Whee! The Escape Danger 2000. Waterbender. Wait, Waterbender? Wait, is that his name or Warbender? Oh, that was a mistake, man. Knives are not a good call. You know, this could be fun. This is just for my entertainment. Oh, I could have kept going. I thought he dodged it. Whee. Whee. Hey there. Whee. I have the length, my good friend. Fun fight though, boys. You know what? They stayed together. They kind of covered for each other. They did well. Korgoth. Alright, Korgoth. I see you're a little busy. But it's a wizard, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Oh, I missed. Holy. Wizard got lucky. Hey, Mr. Wizard. Korgoth. Hello. You know, I'll just kind of run in between you guys. It makes it a little bit more fair for you. This guy's behind me, isn't he? You know, I can just like roll away from him. I love that so much. It's kind of addicting. Hey man, I thought you were going to be a little bit aggressive. Excuse me. I'll be running by you. First things first, I must go for your wizard. Hey there. Whoa. You know what? Let's boost our attack. Alright, now we're boosting our attack. Oh! Oh my god, a blue! Hey, blue! Blue-bee-doo-bee-doo. Where are you? You know what? Let's go quick step here. Hey there. How's it going? Ow. I'm gonna say, why couldn't I quick step that? That was so weird. Whoa. Reverse quick step? Yeah, you know what? I have more luck with the reverse quick step. Goodbye, Mr. Blue. We enhance our damage again. And you know what? Eat a little bit more magic defense. Actually, the wizard hasn't really done much, to be honest. It's been more the host actually attacking me. Oh my god, what is going on with the camera? Come in, Mr. Wizard. Yes, Stars of Ruin. Stars of Dodge. Where am I? Hey, wizard. Goodbye, wizard. Hello there, Mr. Rivers of Blood. It's hard to roll backstab with light roll. Alright, now we're going to try to backstab him if he rolls. Roll. Do it. Do the roll. Okay, well, it's smart for you to roll while locked onto me. Oh, well. Goodbye, Korgoth. Can't escape the light roll. Okay. Oh, mausoleum, and they're up top. The elevator's down low. Who would bother sending this back down if you were actually going to fight the boss? I feel like no one. Suspicious. Okay, we're going to go up. And then we'll throw one of these on. I sort of get the feeling that we're going to get ambushed. Just the feeling I have.
This place confuses me, man.
So we're gonna do this instead.
Oh shit.
I knew you guys were gonna wait for me. I mean, you sent the elevator down and everything. You guys were just waiting around. That's funny. Oh, beautiful. I love Stormvale. Okay, they're close by. Close enough that my compass is gone. So, let's get all our defenses going. Hey there.
I'm dead.
Oh
I have no clue where what goes.
Oh, that's a connection and a half right there. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I don't have the dagger on right now. Oh my god, that's like the connection of the moon. Oh, there goes Nazgul King. It just took a while. This is some packet loss and a half. Oh, oh boy. I'm just gonna do this and hope. Okay, that works. We'll give that a bow, even though that was terrifying. Oh, Hallig Tree hot tonight. Ringo. Well, they're actually above me. But where are you guys? Oh, I just seen you. Hey there. This might be bad for you, man. I want to come up, but I'm going to need you to not hit me on the way up. I don't know if I trust you, sir. Are they quite literally right there? Hey, man. I can probably shoot through that. Whoa. Oh, see you later. Thought you were sneaky.
Right through the shield.
Definitely not. Okay, we're gonna go up there.
I don't know, man.
Definitely camping it.
I think we have better chance of survival if we just
I get the feeling there's a wizard
put
waiting
this
to
on.
just go off up here. Well, I guess that's sort of a wizard. Oh, even that wasn't enough to get me out of range. Oh, that worked.
This
though.
one.
Well, that's one of the cool things about light roll with the katanas. You get to roll so far away, and then you can kind of punish the roll catch attempt. Oh, nice. We've invaded Carnold. 420.
This one was
420
better
very
fired.
popular in usernames, apparently. Well, hello there, guys. Big hammer. Oh my god. Big bonk. You know, that makes me want to do this. Yeah. Dirty bow. My bubble hasn't even been popped yet. Your host is quite literally dying here. I'm trying not to kill him. You're making it really difficult.
Why is this one by far the best?
That bubble saved me a lot of damage right there. Goodbye, Dirty Bow. Are you trying to heal him? Excuse me? What's going on here? What is the plan, my man? Arnold. I'm gonna follow you, and then we're gonna backstab you as you go to use that amazing heal you like to use so much. Hey there. This time with the dagger ring. AoE! Oh, we're trying
How do I
heal
get to
again.
places?
I'm actually so sorry. What's going on here? Do you not have any, like, heals attuned? All just the FP flask? Hi, guys. How's it going? A fellow dual katana enjoyer? Hello? Flaws? Whoa! Starting out strong here, I see. Mine have length. You should be prepared for that, honestly. Sir, you need to just stop attacking into me. Katanas can, like, trade everything. I see you, birdie. Whee! Whoa. Man, honestly, you can just, like, roll attack. Just, like, roll towards them. You can also use the light roll for pressure. No matter what, like, you're out of range and you catch up to them. Hey there. Goodbye, saturated towel. I'm hearing the terrible sounds of wizards nearby. Oh, there you are. There's one, yes. And they're not both wizards, so it's fine. Ah, yes. The instant escape button. My favorite. Oh, so you're out of FP. Whee! Whee! Oh. Honestly, didn't think that was gonna kill him. Hey, wizard! Oh my god. Mega Mind over there with like 900 HP. Alright, those are all the invasions that I have for you guys for today, testing out Light Roll. I had a good time, and I'm kind of weighing the options. If you're someone who enjoys high DPS builds and burst damage, or dual wielding in general, this build might just be for you. You can get and apply damage and escape situations that you normally wouldn't with reroll. And honestly, it's just nice to mix it up. I definitely play different with this setup. I'm trying to just space a little bit better, get some high DPS and burst damage of Phantom while trying not to get hit, and then we use the light roll to get out of the bad situations. Once again, there's my stats on the right, the armor that I wore, the talismans that I used throughout the showcase, and I did have a wide variety of weapons, but I definitely mostly use the dual katana setup. It's very powerful with this build. If you guys have any recommendations for any builds, weapons, or themed videos, always feel free to comment those below. I do appreciate all the input that you guys give. I had a great time testing this out. In fact, I may use light roll a little bit more in the future. Until the next video, this is goodbye. I will see you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Diablo 4, the billion-dollar tragedy.
On June 6th of 2023, Diablo 4 officially launched, and it was an...
Fair, everybody that's fucking addicted to the game bought the early access, played it on the first, but yeah,
instant home run success. Twitch was booming, the concurrent player base peaked at almost 7 million players, long queue times, and Twitch was booming, the concurrent...
Oh, but where the fuck, like, Diablo 4's peak player count? Where are people getting these numbers from? Wait. Did people just make this number up? Did people just make this up? Did this come out of nowhere? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that it had 6 million concurrent players. Especially not 6.7 million concurrent players. I want to see the methodology on how that number was arrived at. Let's look at CSGO. CSGO's all-time peak players that it has ever had on Steam is 1.8 million. PUBG is the highest peak ever at 3.2 million. That's the last 5 months.
Is the way to Alexander? I think.
Well, I knew that teacher was.
Oh, that's enough for today.
Fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities.